Hello, my name is Corey Chilberg, and I'm a student in Leadership Practices and Organizational Communications at Goodwin College. I have been tasked with comparing and contrasting transactional and transformational leadership styles in healthcare. The choice of specific leadership style can be crucial to many types of organizations. It can also drastically affect the day-to-day life of employees. Transactional and transformational leadership styles have been prevalent in academic studies since the 1970s. I'll talk about transactional first, since it's also known as traditional leadership, and it's more common in our society. Transactional leadership uses clear rewards in exchange for productivity, and the promise of these rewards increases the effort of the employee. It's focused on short-term goals, it thrives on rules, and it's largely inflexible. Transactional leaders are reactive and passive. This works well in stable, predictable environments, like established organizations that are deadline-driven, but it's limited in situations dealing with complex current issues. On the other hand, transformational leaders are designed for times of revolutionary change. The leader contributes to the employee's intrinsic motivation by providing a meaningful rationale for work. This stimulates employees to prefer the interests of the group over self-interests, which produces greater productivity. They lead by example, establish a rapport with employees, and employ empathy. Transformational leadership is future conscious and focused on vision. It's useful in dynamic external environments and for challenging the status quo, but it's not always the most economically sound or timely method for task completion. One could argue that Bill Gates is a very successful transactional leader, and Steve Jobs is a very successful transformational leader. Transformational leadership done right can lead to employees having high levels of energy, mental resilience, dedication, full concentration. And best yet, they'll want to work hard. The organization will be more successful and the employees will be happier. Sure, transactional leadership is way easier if you're the one showing up and putting in the effort each day, but the research all shows transformational leadership to be the better way to go. In the real world, everyone is really a little bit of both styles. But I do have a pretty good exemplification of this dichotomy from my personal work history. When I was a supervisor in long-term care, the facility administrator was a really nice woman. She was strong, successful, and independent. She always played by the rules. Goals were clearly defined, and we were evaluated on set standards frequently. Praise was given out for exemplary work and write-ups for mistakes. There was a bonus structure in place for upper management based on census numbers and rehospitalization rates. Gift cards were given to the LPNs and CNAs who picked up extra shifts or went above and beyond in some notable way. This administrator is an example of a transactional leader. She offered clearly defined rules in exchange for productivity. Her boss, on the other hand, would float in occasionally in brightly colored suits and spend his time getting to know his employees. He would corner CNAs with a huge smile on his face, telling them what a great job they were doing and how much he appreciated their effort. He would give long, detailed meetings in the middle of the workday with complicated PowerPoints full of charts and graphs, telling us where the company would be in 5 or 10 years. This company owner is a clear example of a transformational leader. He's centrally focused on vision and tried to stimulate greater productivity through empathy and by putting confidence in his employees to do their jobs well. Now, I can't speak to the success rates of that company, and I have no idea if these two people actually got along or not, but their different styles of leading were notable. One could argue with better communication, they could have made a great team. I think a healthy balance of these two styles can be really effective. In long-term care facility, there needs to be clear, defined rules for patient safety. Things like insurance companies and ringing call bells provide strict deadlines. A leader can get away with being largely transactional in this setting. But a transformational approach can also work well if one has the vision to imagine change. The healthcare industry is evolving, and thinking to the future would be prudent. If all the employees were actually working hard and genuinely wanting to do their best, that would make for an incredible nursing home like I have never seen. So, to summarize, transactional leadership is clear rewards for productivity, and transformational leadership focuses on the employee's intrinsic motivation. They work best when you understand them both, pick one style which works best for your situation, and then augment it with the other style. as necessary.